Hello, Reject Nation. It's Greg Alba here with Ashley Edner.
That's me.
First lady guest of the year of
feel
2018.
So honored.
You should be honored. I
really
specifically
excited.
texted her saying, do you want to be the first lady guest of the channel of this year? And she said,
I'm so
maybe.
honored. No. Am I really the first female guest for
First
real?
female guest of the year.
I'm not going to watch later and see that all these other
No,
chicks
no.
have been
yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Ashley found out, skimmed through the Golden Globe winners of this year, but she did not watch, and I did not watch, the famous speech that's going around everywhere, apparently, from Oprah Winfrey.
Everybody's talking about this.
Everyone's talking about the Cecil B. Mille Award. I have no idea what she talks about in this.
All I know is it's uplifting.
Moving.
It's very moving. We're to be moved.
Oprah style. And today's patron of the day shout out, because she requested, and she's one of our top pledges, is Rosa Parra. Beautiful mother. Beautiful lady who's going to school, works a full-time job, is a full-time parent, and she's also one of our top pledges on Patreon. She's Lady Stark of our channel. So
Cool.
Love you, Rosa. You're kind of like our Oprah,
Yes, that's right.
except Mexican.
We are
or
moved by
something.
you.
All right, let's watch
Let's
this.
see if she gives everybody a car. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car.
Everyone there's like, we could all afford cars. We're at the
Calm down,
Golden
Oprah.
Globes.
Are we not going to watch it on here?
We're watching it here.
Oh, got it. Okay, I understand.
Hit
Got it.
record.
Got it. I thought you turned it off. Okay, ready.
Get ready to cry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
Cut to the woman and him. She was like, who's Oprah?
What is this?
Thank you, Reese. In 1964, I was a little girl sitting on the linoleum floor of my mother's house in Milwaukee, watching Anne Bancroft present the Oscar for Best Actor at the 36th Academy Awards. She opened the envelope and said 5 words that literally made history. The winner is Sidney Poitier. Up to the stage came the most
black actor.
elegant man I had ever seen. I remember his tie was white, and of course his skin was black, and I'd never seen a black man being celebrated like that. And I've tried many, many, many times to explain what a moment like that means to a little girl, a kid watching from the cheap seats as my mom came through the door, bone tired from cleaning other people's houses. But all I can do is quote and say that the explanation in Sidney's performance in Lilies of the Field, amen, 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 amen. In 1982, Sidney received the Cecil B. DeMille Award right here at the Golden Globes, and it is not lost on me that at this moment, there are some little girls watching as I become the first black woman to be given the same award.
Woo! That could have been you.
Yeah, it could have. So close.
Awesome. I didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
It is an honor, and it is a privilege to share the evening with all of them, and also with the incredible men and women who've inspired me, who've challenged me, who've sustained me, and made my journey to this stage possible. Dennis Swanson, who took a chance on me for AM Chicago. Quincy Jones, who saw me on that show and said to Steven Spielberg, yes, she is Sophia in The Color Purple. Gail, who's been the definition of what a friend is, and Stedman, who's been my rock, just a few to name. I'd like to thank the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, because we all know that the press is under siege these days, but we also know that it is the insatiable dedication to uncovering the absolute truth that keeps us from turning a blind eye to corruption and to injustice. To tyrants and victims and secrets and lies. I want to say that I value the press more than ever before as we try to navigate these complicated times which brings me to this. What I know for sure is that speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have. And I'm especially proud and inspired by all the women who have felt strong enough and empowered enough to speak up and share their personal stories. Each of us in this room are celebrated because of the stories that we tell. And this year, we became the story.
Yeah.
It's not just a story affecting the entertainment industry. It's one that transcends any culture, geography, race, religion, politics, or workplace. So I want tonight to express gratitude to all the women who have endured years of abuse and assault because they, like my mother, had children to feed and bills to pay and dreams to pursue. They're the women whose names we'll never know. They are domestic workers and farm workers. They are working in factories, and they work in restaurants, and they're in academia and engineering and medicine and science. They're part of the world of tech and politics and business. There are athletes in the Olympics, and there are soldiers in the military. And there's someone else, Recy Taylor. A name I know, and I think you should know too. In 1944, Recy Taylor was a young wife and a mother. She was just walking home from a church service she'd attended in Abbeville, Alabama, when she was abducted by 6 armed white men, raped and left blindfolded by the side of the road, coming home from church.
Jeez.
They threatened to kill her if she ever told anyone. But her story was reported to the NAACP, where a young worker by the name of Rosa Parks
Hey!
on her case. And together they sought justice. But justice wasn't an option in the era of Jim Crow. The men who tried to destroy her were never persecuted. Recy Taylor died 10 days ago, just shy of her 98th birthday. She lived, as we all have lived, too many years in a culture broken by brutally powerful men. For too long, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth to the power of those men. But their time is up.
Badass. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's great. Great speech. Oprah.
Yeah, she's killing
She's
it.
like a professional.
Everybody's just captivated.
Yeah, man.
What she's saying.
That was a great ass speech.
And I just hope that Recy Taylor died knowing that her truth, like the truth of so many other women who were tormented in those years, and even now tormented, goes marching on. It was somewhere in Rosa Parks' heart almost 11 years later when she made the decision to stay seated on that bus in Montgomery. And it's here with every woman who chooses to say, "Me too." And every man who chooses to listen. In my career, what I've always tried my best to do, whether on television or through film, is to say something about how men and women really behave, to say how we experience shame, how we love, and how we rage, how we fail, how we retreat, persevere, and how we overcome. And I've interviewed and portrayed people who've withstood some of the ugliest things life can throw at you, but the one quality all of them seem to share is an ability to maintain hope for a brighter morning, even during our darkest nights.
Ooh, I like it.
So I want all the girls watching here and now to know that a new day is on the horizon.
Yes.
And when that new day finally dawns, lot of magnificent women, many of whom are right here in this room tonight, and some pretty phenomenal men.
She's like dancing.
Yeah.
Make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, "Me too," again. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Woo! That was a beautiful ass speech right there.
Yeah, it was so well put together. Wow.
And she just winged it, you know.
Yeah.
She didn't prepare it at all.
Nah. Aw, how beautiful.
Wow, that was something special, man.
That was a great speech.
You
that
know,
was really good.
I think it's really special, especially because last year, because now we're in 2018, and 2017 opened this floodgate, and I feel like there's still more to come of all these sexual assault stories, all these Me Too stories.
Yeah.
And it's a really dark time, especially in the entertainment industry, because a lot of the stories were coming from there, but it was beyond the entertainment industry when it started influencing, noticing a lot of women in other fields and and women just not involved in entertainment, just like the kind of workers that she was talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
All coming out, giving their Me Too story, and it was dark and connective. And so for Oprah to give the speech at the beginning of the year is inspiring, because now it's like that she's showing us that there's a huge light and an awakening coming.
Yes,
that this is
she's
going to be a
setting the
monumental
tone
change.
for us.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what was so beautiful, and it's Oprah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, she's just so commanding, and that is really cool that she, you know, is the first African American woman up there receiving this. Like, how many little girls, I'm sure, are looking at that? That's like, what a cool speech.
That's a great speech.
And I like that, you know, she was talking about the, you know, phenomenal men too, because, you know, there's like the guys even seemed like they were all standing and super into it as well, which is cool.
I wonder how many of them are going to get charged with sexual assault.
We'll see. It's still early on in the year.
It's the suspicious thing about all these rooms now. It's like, who here has not been accused of anything yet?
That's so sad.
It's sad, but that's kind of the weird
true.
world we're in right now.
I know.
It was about how we're coming in terms of racism and sexism, all these things of equality. It was just an empowering speech right now, you know? It's beyond just exposing the bad. Wow, she actually brought a huge sense of light to this. And I like how she ends on, there will be a time where we're not all saying me too, you know?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing to say. Beautiful.
And
thing
how
to say.
she said that all the women that she's portrayed or that she's interviewed, that they all have the one thing in common, which is, I forget the exact line she used, and I don't want to quote her, but it was basically about how, like, there's, you know, at the darkest time, there's still, like, light, hopefully the, you know, the next day sort of thing, which is really cool and uplifting that, you know, those women go through such horrible times, but they have still positive outlook. I like how she was positive in her speech. You know what I mean? It wasn't a downer. Yeah, let's do this. And I feel inspired. And she looked great, and she was very, like, poised.
She's got hips, man. She's got them
she
hips.
does.
She's got them hips. Oprah's hot.
But she looked great, and her speech was great. She got, like, a little emotional, but it wasn't to where you couldn't understand her. Like, it was very
It was about being strong for the future.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what was beautiful about it. For Oprah to win the Cecil B. DeMille Award, it's speeches like this why Oprah is up there on stage. Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
It's like she did the Oprah thing. It was more than just a thank you speech, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't even really much of a thank you
commanding.
speech. It was a time to give a message.
Yeah.
And a time to give hope. Love you, Oprah.
Yes.
And she mentioned Rosa Parks, just like our lovely Rosa Parra.
Yes, very close.
Very close to names.
Very
Yes.
But yeah, and then that I just feel like everybody was just so like captivated and like in with her speech. You know what I mean? Like everybody was right there. You can just tell by their faces they were just really
And some people stood, and then later on more people stood. I wish I was in that room standing next to the rock.
Would you have been standing from the very beginning?
Yeah. Sit down, Greg.
Sit down, Greg. Sit down.
She just started talking. Hold on. Sit when she's done.
Yeah, but it was really good. I feel very moved.
You should be proud to be a woman.
I am.
And I'm ashamed to be a man.
You should be. No, you're a great man, Gregory.
I'm an okay guy. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. You guys can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell to get notified every time one of our videos is up. You should go check out Ashley Edner's YouTube channel. You can follow her on Instagram. Look at that pretty face all day. Or you can watch her in videos. Look at her pretty face there. And check out her Patreon. It's like a second YouTube channel. Become a Patronaject today. Plenty of exclusive videos over there. Love you guys.
Yes.